What's up? What's up? It's your boy Boosie Dawkins, Mr. B Supreme. And as y'all can see, we coming live from Brooklyn, New York. I wanted to provide with y'all with a little bit of extra content, show y'all who really out here working, show y'all how we out here in the streets, and a little bit of fun here and there. So if you support the content, you're gonna support this. I appreciate you tuning in. Keep it locked.
Using the field, for real.
Are you ready, Katie?
Pull up in a spaceship, feeling like the Jetsons. Probably out of the universe, driving on a mission. I've been searching for a while, chasing all the visions. Burning all the reefer up, feeling like the Jetsons. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme, yeah. Pop up out the space, cool, we gon' find a place to go. I'ma be supreme, only pearls we be facing others, yeah.
So, since it was my birthday, I decided to take a little trip to New York City. Make a little business trip and entertainment as well, of course. Sometimes you just need to see something different, change your scenery. So, this is me getting into New York City. At this point, I'm getting together a few contacts that I know in New York, and we planning to get up. I'm gonna get some work in and entertainment, like I said. Of course, as soon as I land, I got to get me some Jamaican food. It was on my mind. And this was a nice little restaurant in Brooklyn. They had plenty of options. But to be honest, I had one thing on my mind. Them oxtails. I had to get them. And this juice here had me in headlock the whole time. But these oxtails, I have to give them a 9 out of 10. And I'm going to be honest, we're not going to be very generous with these scales, but they were worth it. They were very good. So, at this point, I knew I had to get uptown to Manhattan, so I decided to hop on the subway and ride.
Yeah.
I forgot which train I would
Yeah,
need
bro.
to get there from Brooklyn, so I
Yeah.
tried to ask this individual here.
Yo. Hey. Hey. Can you hear me, man? Good. You alright, my boy? Ooh-wee. You good? Man, I don't know if you good, man. Are you asleep or what? You something right now?
As you can see, I probably wasn't going to get anywhere with him, so I decided to call my mother. My mother is from New York, and she was able to direct me to the right train. We got uptown, and of course, by the time we get uptown, it's raining. So I made the best of it, to be honest. I still went to a couple bars and, hit a couple spots that were still open. Before I laid it down for the night, I had to get me a chopped cheese. Been hearing so much about the chopped cheese. But to be honest, this one, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I forgot to get the restaurant that I got it from, but it was not. I feel like it could have been better, to be honest. So I did get up with the artist that's from Brooklyn. He's a hip-hop historian, especially when we talking about Biggie Smalls and up north hip-hop.
Right on. Spread love movement, SpreadLuvSimbo, you know what I'm talking about. Born and raised, Waverly and Fulton Street, know what I mean? Grew up in the Atlantic Terminal, did songs with B.I.G. in real life, you dig? Little Kim first demo, you dig? A lot of shit, you dig? Some more shit too. Dealing with the story of Murder Incorporated. A lot of things, you know what I mean? We're gonna know about a few things, you know what I mean? Spoon feed with, you know what I mean, with a little this, that. Yeah?
Yeah, we gotta get into all
How you
that.
feeling though,
'cause
brother?
You talking. So look,
Building.
let's get into first. How did you get into music?
Well, I was born into that shit before hip hop began. You dig? In the 70s, my pops eased into the DJing. You dig? And don't ever get rid of your collection. Your collection is what makes your shit valuable for time. You understand? This jewelry I got birthdays. You dig?
Yeah.
Straight like that. It's from time. It will bring the value of your shit. So during that time in the 70s, doing the ones and twos, that's why I learned to do DJing before MCing. You dig?
Yeah.
So playing the first two records, I think it was Love is the Message and Dr. Love, you blended records, you know?
Yeah.
They had a crossfader, things of that nature. You dig?
Okay.
Straight like that.
So
you know what I
started
mean?
DJing first?
Well, just learning that first.
Okay.
Before the MC, and the MC didn't come. The name came in 1987.
Okay.
You dig? Well, so going through that, go to the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, where hip hop began. You know what I mean? With hip hop, you know what I mean? All that Planet Rock and all that shit. You dig?
Yeah.
Now, for us being poor people, that's why you see a lot of them videos, you know, a lot of their clothes is homemade. You dig?
Yeah.
Hey, mama was making that shit. You dig? Because we came from nothing. But us valuing each other was that support system then, way before the internet. You dig? The way you gave out the flyers, the word on the street. That was the internet before the internet. When you spread that word and your word was law, that's what made your word value, and people respected it, and that's what made them gatherings big without having nothing. All right?
So
no telephone, no nothing.
So why you think it's different now?
Well, it's more, what you call them? It's more available. You dig? The access is just simply cutting on the phone, building, and saying whatever you could, you know what I mean, say. Some people could stand in front of other people's whips, stand on other people's shit, you know what I mean, and make up a story and then look like this. You know what I mean? Knowing they really, you know, I know. A lot of y'all on bloggers, a lot of y'all on the net, whatever. I know you're real, you know what I'm talking about? Word. Salute to him, Rec, Doggy Diamonds, you know what I mean? Word. Lord Jamal, you know what I'm talking about? Word. Brothers is official, you know what I mean? A lot of brothers are doing what they do, you know what I'm talking about?
You did some work with Biggie. What happened with that?
Yeah. We're gonna go into the 80s. I know Big from the 70s, all right? See, a lot of people think with Biggie Smalls is just with hustling, music, shit like that. You understand? With me and Big, it started from the Kingdom Hall Church. You understand? In the 70s, in the late 70s. It was after a situation, after a tragic situation. You know what I mean? Mother converted, you understand? And came with Jehovah's Witness. In the beginnings, that was uptown. Then in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? On Washington Avenue. You dig? Yeah, I know 2 blocks away from that part of Washington on Fulton, that's where Big was in the red and black, lumberjack with the hat to match, hustling, fat fucker sitting on 2 milk crates. Can you dig it? Early. You know what I'm talking about? Wow. You know?
I can dig.
Knowing what he do. You know what I'm talking about? My pops named the nigga Biggie Smalls. Oh, just, you know, my pops is a, you know, everybody in my family 730 is not for nothing. You know what I'm talking about? So we got a lot of things that we try to be original, not to do the same thing another nigga did. Yeah. You heard me? Yeah. Word. So once I was wearing George and shit like that, well, none of them doing that because I was doing that. You dig? Everybody do their own thing. You know? Back to Biggie. During that, you know, we regular kids. You dig? So to convert from that to the street was us going to the street every time we come back from church, come back from school. You see the street, see the hustlers. People you end up looking up to because you end up seeing them more than really seeing your family. You know, go to school, you come back, you want to go out and play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Act like your homework done. Go out and play, do whatever you're going to do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, outside.
Early. You know? Well, so during that time, you know what I mean? Big, me, none of that shit was happening. I was in the crib, you know what I mean, watching video music box, going outside, get wrecked, you know what I'm talking about? Well, you know, a lot of my growing up, was fighting. You know what I mean? I rocked the Trackmaster Brother eye with a pool ball in 1981, 82. You know what I mean? That's where the name Tone come from Red Hot Lover Tone. It come from his brother Anthony Barnes. Tone is Samuel Barnes. His mother, Miss Annie Barnes, used to do the housing shit and call police on all of us religiously. You know what I mean? Salute the Red Hot Lover Tone, because even with that shit, you know what I mean? He wanted to do music with me. You know what I mean? Before the little bastard thing happened, and before he even, you know what I mean, did whatever he was doing with Babyface and all that for the $6 million deal, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Word. Just knowing that we youngsters, you know what I'm talking about? Word. Just doing the best we could, man. But the hustling in the streets, it was dealing with bullies. You know what I mean? Even the bitches was sometimes bullies. Smack shit out you. Bitch choke me out, smack me, do all kind of shit. You heard? And did nothing to them. You know, I laugh and make the bitches matter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Early. You know? It was a bad motherfucker, man. For everybody in the New York minute. Straight between group homes and all that shit, because I was in there too. You dig? You know? But with B.I., regular dude, man. Funny as a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know? So run into him on Wall Street Ford, and I'm coming from the terminals, you know what I mean? Waverly Fulton is in between all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Methadone Center, where I was getting 10,000 a day, it's right across the street. That's how I was getting the 10,000. Still couldn't touch the motherfucking Puerto Ricans because they was getting 20,000. But out of the niggas, I was the first young nigga out here selling dope. All right? Not to promote that shit, but it's just the truth. Line from here around the corner, like how them shit was yesterday, when motherfuckers getting passports. You did? Word. Like, damn. That's the dope lines I used to have. You know what I'm talking about? Big never sold dope. He sold crack. You know what I mean? Fat fucker going, do 1 or 2, come back. Fat fucker sitting on the milk crate. You know what I'm talking about? And I was in the teens, you did? It's a lot of shit that happened. That was regular shit, man. You know what I mean? But for the MCing, I was beatboxing for this other kid on stage, Keani McCoy, Fort Greene. You know what I'm talking about? Hold peas at Fort Greene and jump your ass. And then fuck each other up, go back to killing each other. When you an outsider, they jumping you. Early. Word. Had one nigga running down the block, and it looked like the end of Lean on Me, Free Mr. Clock. A bunch of niggas chasing that nigga down the street. What? Early. Word. That's how the Fort get up. Straight like that. Know what I mean? RP, my nigga Dark Corleone, man. Straight like that. Now I gotta wear an eye patch. Ain't that about a bitch? Know what I mean? Hope his brother just alright, man. What? Know what I mean? Anyway, B.I. You know, because a lot of shit that go on, the ones who know him the most, you know what I mean? Sees from being around him as a young, you know what I mean? That's what made room for the Junior Mafia shit.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
The C's being up under him. You know what I mean? Him running into Kim, he had the bitch quiet. We was doing the song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I started off, goddamn blowing niggas' minds like Red Man, fuck around in my time, clan use a dead man. B.I. do a repetitive loop. All I need to perform solo with some group. That started with us. All right? Then Kim rhyme last. Make room, here I come. Ask her.
Yeah. So we still out here. Be Supreme Spotlight. Takes New York. We're in downtown Manhattan right now. Right off 47th Street. A whole bunch going on. A whole lot of TikToking and a whole lot of smoking. But it's crazy to see weed legal like this. See everybody just blowing. It don't go down like that in the country. Totally different in New York. They done turned New York into LA. They done turned New York into LA. Boy. You know you can't get black folks nothing. They blowing gas right in the police face and everything. We're gonna go to the Bronx today, and we got some work we're gonna do with an actress I grew up with, Piper. We can go see her. We're gonna do an interview with her. So I was able to get the business I needed to in the Bronx handled fairly quickly and slide uptown to Manhattan where Piper lived. She lived in a nice location around a lot of different things. And like I said, she's an actress. So here's a clip from her web series, Check Please.
Oh yeah, sure, sweetie. Have a seat at the bar. I'll text him. He should be here in a few minutes.
I sat down with her for a one-on-one conversation in which this whole entire conversation will be coming out. And new. Oh, I gotta.
I'm here.
Two, one. This is your main camera too.
To the left.
This camera right here will be your main camera. It's gonna be our second camera right there.
Oh, this one.
Me and Piper had a great conversation about her acting career and her following her dreams by moving to New York to further her career.
So, when I moved to New York City, I was in a conservatory, which is a school for artists. And I graduated from that after 1 year and started immediately working at a famous restaurant named Raclette as a cheese scraper, hostess, etc., etc. So one of the very first and one of the bigger projects I've done so far is based on that experience, which is called Check Please. And that was written by Marine Escasante, who is French, who also moved to New York City to be a movie star in the States. She was actually quite successful in France before she moved here. And we became immediate friends in school through Michael Howard Studios. And so Check Please is basically focused on people trying to make it in the acting industry here, but also the immigrant experience.
Now, as I said, this full conversation between us will be coming out soon. But in the meantime, Piper made the mistake of telling me about her job with axe throwing. So, me being me, of course, I told her, I've never done it before, but I'm sure I could beat you, even though she do it every day and teach people how to do it. But I still think that I could beat her because I just got that supreme confidence in myself.
I am an actress, but I do a few other things. I am in the service industry. I also am an axe thrower. So when I'm not auditioning for roles, I am in Brooklyn throwing axes at wooden boards for fun and for work, and that is also pretty theatrical in this essence.
You good at it?
I'm all right, yeah.
You think you can beat me? You think you can beat me?
Oh yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't played officially, but I don't think I could lose. Ain't no way I would lose to you.
Oh, you would. Yeah, I'm pretty good actually.
We might have to see about that before I leave.
You're gonna have to come through. I mean.
So we go. And you know I did my thing. I was out there getting off. Boom, boom, hitting targets left and right.
For the win! 3 in a row! Well, this is my song too. No shit!
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. She got me. She beat me more games than I beat her. But to be fair, she would tell you I won quite a few games and I surprised her for it to be my first time. So, you know, she do teach people this, by the way, for a living. I mean, no excuses, but next time I get her.
Let's see what this toxic man can do. Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta zoom in. Where is it? I don't see it on the board. Huh? That's so strange. I could have sworn.
So after the festivities, I was able to link up with the artist and get an interview in the middle of Times Square. And we out here in the middle of Times Square right now. I got my boy here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, tell y'all where he from.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is MoeBreezy. I like to keep it easy, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Long Island, New York, but I live out here in the city. So, yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, so I seen my boy out here vibing. I called him, said, I wanted them to hear some of your music. Like, you got anything you can spit for a live right now?
Yeah, I got a little song.
Let them hear something.
Yeah, I started career, a couple new whip. Yeah, starting to feel nice. Yeah, I'm about to take a trip. Yeah, that scene look right, and I'm with a boss bitch. Yeah, I might seem crazy, but you should know this is money over everything. I gotta focus. Watch how I do it like Hocus Pocus. So fresh, so clean. When I get the bonus,
yeah,
no playing around. 1K every day. I'ma take it now. Everybody fucking me. Yeah, I'll make you smile. You be finna go crazy. Let's get wild. So if anyone wanna look at the crowd, breathe, super feet when I'm spitting right now. When my time is ready, yeah, I'ma take the crown and then go woosah when I'm out in the town. Now talk to me nicely. You sure to pull up on me and I'm feeling kind of icy. Niggas want to feature, but it's looking kind of pricey. Haters talk about me and they want to be like me. Damn, but it's very unlikely. If you don't got a plan real, recognize real, you never gonna make it. Stop for the running and talk about fake shit. Just face it. All you motherfuckers real anxious. See how I'm side of you, never gonna say shit. Bitches on my dick and they know they can't take it. Damn. Take shots to the face, bitch. Yeah, the block is hot, hotter than the pavement. Nigga, get your bitch before we take a trip. She go see the lifestyle and know that I made this. Damn, hold on.
Oh, hold on, bring it back.
That's just a little teaser. That's
little teaser.
Yeah. Always have, you know how that goes. She's a pretty motherfucker back there, man, especially. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
We gonna slide to your music, like it's
what your music looking
like
you know?
days? Like what the catalog? What you been working on?
You know,
when I seen you was out here putting together something.
Right. You know, currently, you know what I mean? For the past weekend, I was working on clips, the Air Jordan video. You dig? Straight like that. You see how youngster with the drip, shit like that. I was gonna come out here with my Easter clothes on. I was like, told him my pal like, nah, you know, keep this shit brief to the point. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. With B.I., he's a regular dude, you know what I mean? You're gonna get it to me in a second because I want to say something else about that brother, man. You know what I mean? The same people that robbed Pop, same one that did Big Burt, they did him dirty first. That's what made room for him to put Pac on point, because they already did him dirty. The nigga that did Pac dirty from that building right there. That's who got put under the bus. Same one who robbed the Kingdom Hall. Same one that would have robbed Biggie Smalls. Alright? And these people caught him before all that shit happened with Pac and Quad Studio. Alright?
The real story.
So there's a lot of shit where Pac was running his mouth. Instead of just taking this man word, I'm trying to tell you something that could put me in danger. You understand? And be our defense. You ain't have to tell him that. But that's how the street go. It's like, yo, you handle yours, I'm gonna handle mine.
Yeah.
When we doing shit together, I'm gonna put you on point. Niggas already lined me up. You know what I mean? You ain't want to say all that because it happened in the fort. You know what I'm talking about? Now, with the, you know what I mean, and us doing other songs, you know what I mean? Warning. The fat fucker already had the Isaac Hayes record, even though, you know, I was listening to that shit all the time because during the 80s, I made something called the Pause tape, you know? Not knowing that there was a lot of other brothers that was doing that from us having nothing. So we hear a loop that we like and repeat the loop and then spit over the loop. You dig?
Yeah.
And that's what make that shit work. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ideas, thousands of ideas that's out there right now. You know what I mean? Hearing this shit with UK, starting drill music, started in BK. He's sitting on the bench. Okay? Polygraphing, the feds know it. It ain't no way. Don't wait till I'm dead to say, oh, they're finding out now, because I don't do interviews. I might not never do an interview. So everything you're getting here is what you're getting now. Can you dig that? Now, with this fat fucker, he knew good and goddamn well he wasn't supposed to go out there to kill. Period in the story. And what y'all don't know is before he got on that plane, he was stopped in the corner of Washington and Atlantic by police. Police tell him, yo, we know you're not get ready to go back over there to Cali, nigga. You gotta pay that tab. The other half, because half was already paid. Y'all do your homework on all that. I'm not gonna give you everything. You know what I mean? Because even that is putting chill in my spine a little bit, because I plan on traveling. And I'm not gonna put anybody under the bus just to keep it 100. Because that's what a lot of things going on now. It's like snitching is the new thing. You dig? Or volunteering information. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody really asks for without putting nobody under the bus.
Yeah.
But it was a tab. You know? He got stopped. Somebody saved his ass. They told him go to the airport. Y'all heard this story before. Y'all just do your homework on everything I'm telling you. You did? And that's what made room for him to get pulled over. And who he got pulled over, who the cop is, he was retired then. It's one of Junior Mafia's uncles. I'm going to leave it at that. All right? So it ain't no make-believe of what the fuck I'm telling you. All right?
Got receipts.
Early. Other than that, you know, we just try to keep our head strong, man. There's a lot of things going on, Chi-Town, you know what I mean? South, a lot of side cities and everything going out of whack. When we was going to the South, we felt like that's the way, you know, be a little comfortable, but then a lot of brothers was going out there to do the wrong things, turning people out to drugs. So yeah, y'all wasn't supposed to accept New York niggas, you know what I mean? New York, y'all coming out here trying to do all this, get money, all this shit, beat it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa. Made room to get New York niggas up out of there. You know what I mean? As y'all should. You did?
That's what you feel like they got New York niggas up out of there like that?
Oh, hell yeah. Shit happened to me out of town. Small town. Ain't happened by niggas either. It's white niggas. Gun in my head. Face on the floor. You hold your whole life flashing. All the fucking up you done. Flash right through your head in split seconds.
Sure.
Know what I mean? While the other white nigga yelling white power in the green bubble vest. All right? So there's a lot of things, you know, you got little brief, but you got a lot, just a little brief. This is brief. Music group that I wanted and respected was a group my brother and my partner, you know what I mean, my first co-defendant Tripe, they started, you know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, y'all war click, you know what I mean? Because Tripe, he stayed having the clip, rugged and raw, things like that. This is Underdoggy Diamonds and all that shit, you know what I'm talking about? Because with the equipment, you know what I mean, that Juicy got, that's what made room for everybody to be in that house, you know what I mean? The turntables, that's the 1200s, you know what I mean? And the music equipment, the SB12, the 950, the Tascam board, the DAC machine, you know what I mean? Shit like that, you know what I mean? 8 tracks, I think it was. You know, we only had 8 tracks to work with. You got 64 tracks to work with on the big board. You dig? Yeah. 8 tracks to work with. We made it do what it do. Even with Biggie shit. Puff. Because you got to wonder what's going on with Diddy, right?
Yeah.
Way before Diddy, Brother Love, all that shit. Big like, yo, we need to do this shit. No doubt, nigga. We ready now. Know what I mean? That's what made room for that round that I kicked and that repetitive loop shit and all that shit. You did? Dog left it a plain beat, you know what I mean? We was like, yo, we gotta spice that shit up. They came back, yo, he said this shit was wet. Alright. But he kept this, he kept that, you know what I mean? And kept other verses of his shit, you know what I mean? Naturally, you know what I mean? After he passed away, you know what I'm talking about? Not passed, got murdered, you know what I mean? Yeah. Shit is crazy, man. He wasn't supposed to go out there, you know what I mean? With me, I stayed out the way. I did a lot of bids. I'm on life parole. All right? Any given time, they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. That's just the way it is. I belong to the state for life. Don't be like me. Your motherfucking max date is December 31st, year 9,999. All right? You gonna live that fucking long? Who gives a fuck?
So on next week's episode, we'll be finishing up a couple of these interviews as well as introducing a couple new people that we met while in New York. And until next time, you know what to do. Keep it in the streets.
Pull up in a spaceship, feeling like the Jetsons. Probably out of universe, driving on a mission. I've been searching far and wide, chasing all the visions. Burning all the reefer up, feeling like the Jetsons. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme, yeah. Hop up out the space, cool, we gon' find a